Hello and welcome back to the Football Tourist YouTube channel. Now, I've been away for personal reasons, but I'm back this weekend and hopefully for the rest of the season uninterrupted. And today I find myself in Buckinghamshire, where I've gone all the way from one end of the line to the other pretty much. I was on that tube for like an hour, which was not fun. But I've arrived in Chesham. So today Chesham United take on Enfield Town, two sides who were both in the division below last season, albeit in different leagues. Chesham won theirs, whereas it was a playoff victory away at Chatham for Enfield Town. Since then, the sort of form has kind of gone that way as well, with Chesham comfortably in mid-table and having quite a strong season, certainly for the first one up. Whereas about a month ago, Enfield looked doomed, but 5 unbeaten, 3 wins on the bounce, including a 2-0 win last time out crucially against Welling. And suddenly they're now just 2 points from safety. So they're really one of the form teams in the league. And yeah, so it's a shame I wanted to go to for a little while, paired with the club I like in Enfield. So I thought this was the game to come to Meadow Park. So let's stroll down there already. Enough of my nattering and see Chesham United's facilities are like. First impressions of the Meadow, not Meadow Park, I think I said earlier, that is of course Boreham Wood. That's Chesham's the Meadow, which, yeah, I really like. It's quite exposed. There's a lot of, but there's basically terracing around the entire circumference of the pitch. Some of it sheltered. There's a bit of seating behind one of the goals, but for the most part, it's quite exposed. Which on a sunny day, especially if they got a big derby or something, it's probably really good and really fun. But on a rainy day like today in February, I'm not sure how much it's going to be used, unfortunately. But it's good to know you have it, I guess. I'm sure it was used last season a lot when the promotion run-in was coming in. But yeah, the one other thing about this club that I think really makes it stand out from a lot of others in the league, and it's kind of the reason that I became aware of them and really wanted to go, along with my love of the National League South, of course, and that is the shirt sponsor for Chesham United. One of my favourite TV shows, Taskmaster. If you're English, you've probably seen it at some point. If not, then it's basically 5 comedians each season had to do a bunch of tasks in a house. There have actually been some at this ground. I think there was one where they have to try and score a goal with like a plastic bag and things like that. So it just sort of gives you a flavour for what they're up to as well. Steps, these ones. This is one of those grounds that just keep on giving. You potter around and you just find more cool stuff. I still can't get over the terracing. It literally covers every single corner of the ground. It's brilliant. And yeah, on top of that, just, you know, so much character. I absolutely love it. I'm not sure how the weather's going to affect the attendance today, because it's quite wet today. But from the looks of things, very healthy away following for Enfield Town today, which is awesome. All I know is I've got myself a burger, bacon and cheese burger, and I'm ready to dig in now in the shelter, knowing that it's hammering it down and I may not get a good spot later on. The Chesham United supporters in great voice as the teams come out. Will they still be at full time? Time will tell.
The referee will now blow for a minute's applause, and we will all want you to join us to celebrate his far too short life.
A really lovely minute's applause for a former player who unfortunately passed away. And now it is time the kickoff. And we're off. Go get the football. It's kind of pinnacle non-league at the moment. The home side is slightly dominating on the pitch, but off the pitch, it's been pretty back and forth with the singing, which is good. Both ends following their team. Just something you love to see.
It's their first attack, isn't it?
Well, that was a bit against the run of play. First real attack of the game for Enfield, and they strike, you know. I mean, they are the team in form, but all the same, it's just not the way the game's been going at all, but, you know, fair enough. 1-0 to Enfield Town.
Well, we're so used to it. I think at least 50% of the games in it.
Not sure about that effort, but generally, since the goal, Enfield have been a lot better.
Yeah, you think once it goes to 3, I'll send that to you. I'll send when it gets to you always. I know a lot of people from Chesham, they go down the joint. I don't know if that's still in that league. Because we're in that south, that boys, it's got a nice start. At least we can always look down over our shoulders. Go next to the old Aldi's and the beer values on the right, they must think.
I don't know what's happened, but an Enfield player is currently playing with only one boot. Very healthy away following indeed for Enfield Town. I suppose it's not the longest trip, but all the same, it's probably a good 500 easily. Since the goal and a couple of other chances that came with it, it's kind of petered out a bit, the game. There's still been a little bit of pressure from Chesham in particular, as well as Enfield, but it's not quite the end-to-end stuff that the game started with, unfortunately. By the way, look at the backdrop for this stadium behind the goal. Not bad, right?
Number 8, Sam Young.
That all came literally from a long ball up front, and the striker just wanting it more than the defenders. He managed to wrestle the ball off of him, lay it off, and then the guy there scored. And all of a sudden, the team that started the day 4th bottom are 2-0 up here at Chesham United. I mean, you know, playing mid-table teams this time of the season is sort of what you want, but at the same time, it's impressive.
Half-time, Chesham United 0, Enfield Town 2.
Well, there's not much to say at half-time in terms of analysis. The Generals 2-0 down to the Towners, if I may use the nicknames, or obviously Chesham and Enfield, but I'm sure you're aware of that by now. In any event, yeah, I mean, in terms of chances, I'm 100% sure that is a fair score, but equally, it's not unfair at the same time. Enfield have taken their chances really well and probably had slightly more, but I think for Chesham to not even have scored is a little harsh. I think there's still life in this game, but looking back at some recent results, Enfield Town have been quite good at being stingy at the back of late after getting a lot of drubbings earlier on in the season. So I think we'll have to wait and see, but I think there's life in this game yet.
Please join us in singing Michael.
Back underway. With the teams, the rain also came out for the second half, and it's been quite bitty since the game restarted. Just a lot of fouls, and apart from one nearly chance for Chesham, there's not been a lot of goal in my action. A bit more like it from the home side, but gonna need one to go in fairly soon if they're getting anything out of this. Really regret not bringing my big coat, but I've elected for a Bovril to sort of even out the coldness. And there it is, Chesham ball clipped into the box, nodded back across the goal and pretty much headed into an empty net. 2-1, game on for the Generals. And here, in fact, here they come now. Oh. Football, eh? Well, after Chesham threw everything at it, that must have been Enfield's first foray forwards in about half an hour probably. But they managed to ride out the storm, keep that corner alive, and I mean, goal scorer took that really well as well from the edge of the area. I mean, 3 huge points for Enfield Town secured there. Or maybe it's not over yet. The ref just indicated there'll be 7 minutes added on. I did say there was a lot of injuries and niggliness, and I guess the ref took full account of that. 7 minutes added on.
Full time, Chesham United 1, Enfield Town 3. Thank you for coming. If you're free tomorrow.
Well, there we have it. And 4th win on the bounce for Enfield Town, and they're now out of the relegation zone. They've jumped over Welling with that win, and suddenly, you know, they've got a very big upward momentum. So I wouldn't back on them getting pulled down anytime soon. I'm not sure what their run-in's like. I haven't looked that far, but I feel pretty confident for them anyway. Now tell me honestly, are you ever going to see scenes like this at a Premier League ground? The answer is absolutely not. And that is the beauty of non-league. Just had a lovely fun day out, 2 clubs that weren't taking it too seriously. Well, obviously both teams needed the points, but they weren't, you know, aggy at each other. And yes, an enjoyable day out all round. Really nice setup here at Chesham.
Yeah, this is Chad. Absolutely.
Well, but as I was saying before the music kicked in, really fun, light-hearted bit of non-league action today. Both supporters enjoying themselves without taking it too seriously, and yeah, good result for the team that needed it just that little bit more, I think, in the end. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed my time here at the Meadow in Chesham. Good luck to both teams for the rest of the season. You got a little, you know, just, I don't know if you got a spot in my heart, but you certainly, I'll be looking out for results. I'm hoping it goes well for you, because there's definitely, you know, space needed for clubs like these, absolutely. And yeah, hopefully good end to both seasons. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye.